Hey, how you doing? It's me, Antonio Cheeks, and man, was 2012 really a year to reflect on. And really, we made it. We made it into 2013. And as I reflect on 2012, there was just so much I've learned over that years because I'm constantly trying to learn new things and new ways of improving myself. And in 2013, I was like, well, what can I share for the rest of the year when it comes to improving ourselves and being in peak performance and peak mindset? And let's segue into that. Speaking of mindset, I was doing some work for a company here in the local area, and they have a retail establishment. And one thing they did that was pretty unique, and I thought this was really something for me to take a look at, is that they would do the first half of their day or their business, and then they would stop midday, maybe late afternoon, midday, and they would meet together as a group and decide to take a look at some of their matrix, their business matrix. Some of it was what did we do as far as customer service? Did we meet expectations? As far as deliverables, did we have the customers, were they satisfied with the products and services? And so they would look at these matrix, these business matrix for the first half of the day, and then they would come together collectively, reevaluate the first half of the day, make adjustments as a team, and then do what we call a reset for the second half of the day. And the goal, of course, is to meet all the matrix and either or exceed them based on the research and the information they gathered from the first half. And I saw that a couple of times, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. Why? Because it wasn't the first time I saw this reset thing. I mean, you think about it. I have I'll admit I have an iPhone, and I actually like the stuff. And I have a Mac, and I'm just crazy about my Mac. But there's one thing about your technology: when you get stuck with it and you don't know what else to do, typically you will call maybe tech support or something like that, and they will, if they can't figure it out either, they'll tell you, well, sir, ma'am, why don't we just hold down a couple of buttons and do what we call a reset. So there again, we've been seeing this thing over and over again, this thing called this reset thing. And I was like, wow, this is phenomenal. And so what it says to me as humans, I think we have the opportunity to reset as well. No matter where you are, where you've been, no matter where you are in your life right now, if you are willing, and I think that is the magic word, if you are willing, you too, you and I, we can reset our life. Because you may be looking in the mirror right now and say, this is not what I hoped for. This is not what my dreams was not to end up here. And that happens frequently. And so how can we turn it around? I'm here to tell you that this year in 2013, we can reset. This is the year. I mean, we have great economical downturns, and so let's turn it around and put something great on something positive. How about if we have this year, we make this the year of a great reset? So we're going to call it the Great Reset. And so throughout 2013, I want to come back to you and just share some of the things I've learned and some of the things I'm trying out, and we can conversate together. We can talk, and we can chat in chat boxes and emails, and some of you, I call directly, and I just think that this is the year to reset. 8 to 88, it doesn't matter. If you're willing, we can turn it around. So for me, I wanted to share with you a few areas that I think right off the bat in 2013 that we can use to kind of like reset everything and start anew. Because when you hit that reset button, you typically get back to a place where you can move forward and start using your products and services over again. So why can't we do that for ourselves, for our lives? So the first thing, number one, I think we need to just come together collectively and reset our mindset. I mean, really, that is the core of everything that we're going to do. I mean, what are we thinking? What are our belief systems? I mean, if you can't see it in your mind, how can you accomplish it? It actually goes back to being willing. If you're not willing mentally, how can we move forward? How can we reset our life? The other thing I think that would be really great for us this year to finally reset is our health, right? I mean, once we get it together and we're ready to move forward and we see where we want to go, we see the vision, we see the dream, and we're ready to attack it, but we can't physically have the energy to actually do it. Wow, what a shame. So that's two things. Get our mindset together, get our health together. Let's reset those two areas and start moving forward. And all throughout this year, I just want to dedicate this year, 2013, to just talking this message of reset. And so I'm just going to be giving you just content and information that's going to help us together reset our lives. So the other thing we could use, thirdly, is let's take a look at our finances. Finances, no one is talking about that, or they're talking about it, but we need to really look at it and be truthful with where we are when it comes to our finances. There was an old show that used to come on, and you can YouTube it and find it. It's called To Tell the Truth. And the concept of the show was that they would have, let's say, a star or someone who maybe you might know, but it would be three guys or women that would come up to represent this person. So the goal was to figure out which one of the three was the real person. And so it was called To Tell the Truth. Awesome game. And if you're able to YouTube it, you might get hooked on it. I don't know. I think I'm going to start looking at it over and over again. I remember it as a kid. And but at the end of the day, only one person could stand up to really be that person who they claim to be. And so in order to do that, you have to tell the truth. Who are you? And where are you financially? So we're going to look at that throughout the year. Maybe me, it may be someone I might bring on to support the conversation, just to drive home the point that it's not lost. Wherever you are financially, if there's a need for a turnaround or a reset, you can do it. The other thing I believe we need to reset on is our focus. And for me, 2013, I'm just dedicated on, I can't remember who said it, if it was Jim Rohn or Zig Ziglar, but don't major in minor things. Don't major in minor things. And so I have to be careful not to focus on those things that are trivial and don't move anything forward at all. And so I want to watch that, and we're going to work together on some steps. How do we focus better? How do we set better goals? And there's some goals that we are setting right now that are typically not in our control. And we're going to talk about that, and you'll be shocked to see that the method we are probably using right now to set goals and objectives probably won't work. And if they don't work, then we become frustrated. And if we become frustrated, then we stop trying. And the goal is not to get you to stop trying, but to keep pushing through with courage, even in the spite of our fears and reservations we may have about moving forward. So our focus, what are we going to focus on? And lastly, and this all ties into focus and our finance and our health and our mindset, I want to focus on in 2013 cultivating and resetting the relationships that we have in our lives. Relationships that tend to drain us. No more. Let's stop that. I mean, let's be, tell the truth and get to a point where we can say, I will not allow you to drain me in this relationship anymore. Can we do that? I think we can. I think we can do it. I think we can reset in those areas. So, this is just a short little video because the last time I talked to you was in 2012, and this is my first Happy New Year 2013 video to you, and just give you a heads up on the stuff that's going to be coming every month, every couple of weeks. I just want to be giving you things and also let you know what's on the calendar for the year. Things are going to be happening throughout the year's events and talks and workshops and trainings and seminars that are already starting to line up for 2013. And so these are the things I want to make sure you're involved in. So again, let's recap. Number one, for 2013, the total reset, or what we call the Great Reset. Let's mark it today. The day starts the Great Reset. We're going to reset, number one, our mindset. What are we thinking? Number two, we're going to reset our health. How do we feel? How do we build energy in ourselves to move forward? I mean, if you want to impact the people, you have to be impactful, and I believe your health is one of those things that will help us do that. We have to reset our finances. We have to take back control of our finances. That's going to be number three. Number four, we're going to focus back on, what are we focusing on? We need to stop sweating the small stuff. And again, the statement that I love was, don't major in minor things. That's just phenomenal for this year, and I would hope that you will embrace that to reduce stress, and even just reducing that. And lastly, the relationships that we foster or should not foster. I mean, we have to be real about that. So I'm excited about 2013, and I can't wait to give you more information to stay connected. You will be getting something really, really soon. As a matter of fact, in a couple of days, there's an announcement. There's something that's going on in the first and second week of February, and I want you to be connected with that. Just straight education and just wisdom. And I'm a constant learner. I love learning. And with that learning, or that yearning for learning, is also a yearning to share. So if I can just share, serve, and support you, then all is well, and I feel my job is done. So again, this is Antonio Cheeks. I'm your peak performance advocate, and I can't wait to talk to you again. Stay tuned. I hope this served you, and I'll see you real soon.